Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Mark Love, and today I've got a brand new 2025 Winnebago EKKO. Now, this is the 22A floor plan, and this was the original floor plan that started all the frenzy with the EKKO. They really are one of the more popular true four-season all-road vehicles. They're on the Ford Transit. It's an all-wheel drive chassis. And it's got the EcoBoost 3.5 engine, which is a beast of an engine. You can also get them on the Sprinter now, and they have that new four-cylinder, or actually that's a 205 horsepower. The 3.5 EcoBoost has 310 horsepower. So if you are going to be towing something, maybe this is a little better setup if you're going to have a load behind you. Let's go ahead and walk around the outside first, point out some of the features. I'll start right here with the engine. There we go. So once again, this is the 3.5 liter V6 Ford EcoBoost. This engine's been around for almost 15 years, and it really is a hit. It's got great power, great acceleration, unlike the turbo diesels on the Mercedes, which has maybe a half a second or 1 second lag when you step on the gas from a dead stop, a little bit of a turbo lag. This engine takes right off. Great acceleration, and like I say, if you're going to be pulling a boat or a trailer with some mountain bikes or something up Eisenhower Tunnel, you might want to go with this a little more because you do get more horsepower, more torque, better acceleration, and in my mind, better towing. Everything is easy to access. You can see you've got your coolant, all your engine oil, dipstick right here, wiper fluid over on the side. Don't forget to check that blinker fluid when you're under here. That's always important. Stows away nice and easy. Let's walk around the driver's side first. Now, this engine or this setup, I like the new wheels, the blackout wheels with the black mirrors. You get this kind of tannerite gray front end. It's just really a sharp looking setup. And like I said, this is an all-wheel drive, and when we get inside, I'll demonstrate. You've got different modes, whether it's slippery, whether you're in ruts. There's eco mode, just a lot of choices for you. And also, they do conceal their gas cap or their gas port right there. Makes it hard for anybody to get in and steal your gas once you have this door shut and locked. Now, there are several options with the Transit or with the EKKO, and what they've got on this one is the lithium battery upgrade. So standard, you would get a single 320 amp lithium battery and a generator. Well, with the upgrade, you actually get a 640 amp hour lithium battery. So basically the equivalent of putting two batteries in. But when you get this from Winnebago, they just put in one 640, and that eliminates the generator. So one of the nice things about that is you get an extra storage compartment over here. Now, we have a lot of people ask, they want to have the generator, but they want to have the 640 amp hours of battery power. You can't order it that way from Winnebago. If they do this setup, they eliminate the generator. However, if you got the standard setup, which would include your generator, your 2.8 kilowatt generator, and a single 320 amp hour battery, a second battery can be added to that. So you could have the benefit of both the generator and the extra battery power. I kind of like having the generator. It's tried and true. You can always push that button and fire it up and charge your batteries, but these lithium batteries are getting so efficient, they find it's really not necessary. You're charging these batteries off the engine whenever you're driving, charging them whenever you're plugged in, and also you have 455 watts of solar. Now, up on the roof, by the way, we do have the optional luggage rack up there. And you could get carriers for kayaks or sailboards and stuff like that. But you've got two 340 watt solar panels, and then an additional 115 watt for a total of 455 watts of solar. So you do have a lot of capabilities to stay out off the grid a long time if that's the kind of camping you do. And like I mentioned, this is one of the few really what I would call true four-season coaches. The way they're insulated, the way the furnace works, you've got some heat ports that are adjustable so you can direct it to your storage compartment. You can direct more of it inside in the bedroom, say at night. So there's a lot of versatility here. Another thing I'll talk about while I'm right here is the batwing awning. And this is really a great feature. It kind of wraps around 270 degrees, and you can see all the extra shade it gives you on those hot days. Now, as we cut to the front on the first scene, you probably saw the awning was out, and it was bouncing a little bit. It's kind of windy, and if it gets bouncing too much, the motion sensor will shut that awning. This one, however, I have been told by several people that use these that they are extremely sturdy even in high winds. You can see how heavily built this is, and with this stake over here that you could put a tent stake into the ground, it really takes an awful big wind to create a problem for this awning. It's quite easy to pull out, just takes a few seconds actually, and again, it's designed to take the wind. I like this little feature here. If you've got rain, you can kind of pop that up to keep it drained. It does slide down for when you're stowing it, but it's tall enough for somebody that's 6 foot, 6'1" to walk under here and not worry about hitting their head. Wraps all the way around the back side, so it just gives you a lot of extra room to hang out. Maybe you don't want to be over there on that side with the kids or the neighbors or whoever. You can have your space right over here. Okay, back to some of the features. This does have the 5-gallon canister toilet. Pulls out. What am I hooked on there? Excuse me, I've got it hooked up in there. Anyway, 5-gallon canister toilet. You can take and dump this almost anywhere in an outhouse or if you are at a dump station. And you can actually get an extra toilet, carry it in the back storage area. They are sealed, so you're not going to have a problem with fumes. If you're not at a place that's convenient to dump, like I say, having an extra one might be kind of handy. Over here, we do have our 30 amp power cord input. We've got an auxiliary input here for our solar that you can add to. This is our port for our heater, our exhaust. In this cabinet, we have our water closet, and this should be familiar to about anybody that's seen these videos. The Solus uses it, the Revel. There's a lot of Winnebago products that use this setup. You do have an outside shower with a spray port right here. If you're dry camping, it shows you how to set your valves. If you're the type of person that wants to winterize it yourself, very easy to do right here. You do have a light and a pump switch right there. Makes it easy so you don't have to run in and out. You can fill the water two ways. If you're hooked up to city water, you can set your valves to power fill that 50-gallon water tank. Or if you're out dry camping, you do have a gravity fill right there, and you can fill it the old-fashioned way. So 50 gallons of fresh water, you actually have 51 gallons of gray tank, and then that 5-gallon toilet canister. You can see our dump valve here for our black or gray tank. Our black is actually that canister toilet. And one of the nice things about this unit, you can see right here, this is a heat port, and I can direct it so on a really cold night, if you're worried about your valve freezing up, you can open that up, put heat down here. Otherwise, you can close that off entirely. That's going to force more of the hot air to the rest of the coach. Fresh fresh tank drains right there, low point drains. Very easy to add water, to dump the water when you're ready. And like I said, winterizing it is not a problem at all. Okay, and then over here we've got access, let's see, to our storage area. And I like these, I think they call them the molly walls. You can bungee, backpacks, gear, stuff on this. Very heavy duty steel. If you look right here, I've got another one of those adjustable heat ports. So maybe you do want to, keep your storage area heated for some reason. This is a very thick, well-insulated wall. And on both sides, you've got a 12-volt outlet, you've got 110 outlets, and you've got your lights right there. So maybe you're coming back from a late hike or riding your mountain bike late at night. You want that light to turn on. You can see the 30 amp cord there. Right here we've got some of our sensors. You do have the lane assist, the blind spot monitoring, all the safety enhancements and so forth. We come around the back, and again, there's access from 3 sides. This right here, by the way, this is an option for a cab bed. It's an air mattress that blows up, goes in between the 2 seats in the front cab, and it would be big enough for a child to sleep in. So it does give you an extra sleeping spot there. And again, look at how thick this is. Very well insulated. This, like I said, is what I would consider a true 4-season coach. It's nice to have the ladder to get up on top. You can store kayaks or put a Thule up there if you need extra storage. Comes standard with your 2-inch receiver hitch, rated at 5,000 pounds, and we've got our 7-way plug right over here. Okay, coming around the passenger side, got another one of our sensors there. You can see how easy it is to access this. And we do have a track system on the floor. Here's some of the pegs or the tie-down rings that run on both sides of the floor. And this is a nice little feature too. This whole mat pulls out. So maybe you're putting away a muddy mountain bike at the end of the day. When you get back home or wherever you're going, you can pull this out, hose it down, makes it very easy to clean out. Again, you've got your light, 12 volt, 110 on this side also. Looking down the driver's side, or the passenger side, excuse me. Again, you can see the awning I was talking about. This is an electric awning. It does have a LED stripe, a strip of lights out at the end, which you can use with the awning in or out. And it is a motion censored awning. So if this starts bouncing too much, it's gonna close on its own. One of the real convenient features of the EKKO is right here. You've got 2 20-pound propane tanks, and these are similar to what you're going to use in your grill. It does have the automatic crossover. Basically, when you're using this, you want both propane tanks open. This little knob here directs, tells you which tank you're pulling off. If this one, and that'll be green when it's full, when it runs out of fuel, it's going to turn red. That lets you know this tank's empty. But as long as you've got this valve open, it'll automatically draw off it. You just switch it over, and then you're drawing off this one. You can take that one out, go fill it, go to a propane exchange. Very easy to find a place to get refill bottles. And then also, if you're bringing a outside barbecue, you do have a quick connect port right there that ties into that propane system. Right above it, you can see our Truma AquaGo, which is your furnace, your water heater. Very efficient, kind of an on-demand system here. As we move down, we've got a couple more 110 outlets. We've got a 12 volt, then a cable output. Maybe you want to put a TV out here. Now, there is an option for an outside kitchen, and this unit doesn't have it, but what that gives you is a nice large storage area here. You can see we've got another place we can plug in our sprayer for our outside hose, and then we also have another drain over on this side. And it's nicely finished, durable material, easy to wipe down in there. You've got, you know, a vent that'll allow heat into this area also. There we go. And then when we come to our entry door, one thing I like to point out is this screen door right here. You can see it's a heavy-duty welded screen door with your little dog-proof grate down here. No dog's going to run through that unless they really want to get outside. Just a really nice door and a heavy-duty entry door right here. Winnebago didn't cut any corners with this one. It's sturdy, it's well insulated, probably one of the better doors you're going to find in the Class C market. Let's go ahead and step inside and take a look at what we've got. Okay, I'm going to start back here. Well, you know what? Let me explain what we've got going on with our AC. It's a hot day and you don't hear a generator running. We're not plugged in. The AC actually runs off the inverter. Right here is your Xantrex inverter. You can see we've got it on. So those lithium batteries are what's powering the AC right now. This is our ZAMP solar charger. And here we've got our monitor, tells you our chassis, our coach battery, what our tank levels are. If we want to turn on our water pump, we do it right there, on and off. All this as you come in the door. Also down below, you can see we've got our awning control. This is that light switch for the awning. Step control, so the step's not always going in and out. Our master disconnect for your house batteries. And then our light switches right here. Very convenient as you're walking in the door. We do have a stainless steel sink. This has got a residential style sprayer that pulls out. And it's not a huge sink, but gives you enough to do your dishes and everything. And over here you can see we've got our 2-burner propane stove. I still like cooking over propane compared to the induction. I think it's easier to control your temperature with that. We do have a couple of pull-out drawers here. Nice solid latches. And then over here, some storage under the sink, and again another 110 outlet. You've got the 110 outlet and USB ports throughout here in several places. Right here is another one of our heat vents, and again we can shut it off here if we want to force more into our storage area or maybe more back into the bedroom area. Overhead we've got a nice storage area beside our microwave. And then we do have a standard microwave here. Now it's not real huge, but it does the job. It's going to cook your popcorn and heat things up that you want when you're out camping. Beside the kitchen, we have our 12-volt refrigerator. And this is actually kind of a tall refrigerator. You have a separate ice compartment up here. And being that it's 12-volt, number one, if you ever have to replace it after 10, 15, 20 years, you can get this out and take it out the front door very easily. And they're much less expensive than your 110 or your residential style refrigerators. And then down below here, these are our fuses, our 12-volt breakers. Then we have our propane detector right down there. Okay, let's step back into the bedroom. And you might be able to hear the air conditioner a little more since we're back by it. Great bed system. You can fill this in. They are 80-inch mattresses, so it basically makes a queen-size bed. This little spring system here and the high-density foam makes it a very comfortable sleeper. And these actually lift up, so you have access to what's underneath. Now you do have a door there. You can see you can use it for a shirt closet. You can see we've got a sewer hose and our outside sprayer there. There is a pull-out drawer and another little storage area back there. But it's nice that this lifts up so you can access it from the top or from the side. Then over here on our window, some nice features. We've got the day-night hookup here. So that's a screen. If the window is open, you might want to drop that screen to keep the bugs out. This goes out, and there's about 3 places that it stops. And then you bring it all the way in. The nice thing about this is when it's raining, you can open it up. And another really cool feature is there's sort of a halfway latch right here in the middle, and you can see that there's air that can come in around the window. Maybe you're leaving your pets here and you just want to have your fantastic fan running and draw air through here. You can close this so people can't get in. You still have security. When it's time to travel, you pull it all the way tight, latch these down. And these are dual pane acrylic windows. So they've got great thermal insulation. They got a little bit of a gray smoky color to them to help keep the sun out. And then you also, like I say, have your day screen, and then you have your blackout screens for at night. Over here we've got a couple more storage cabinets, and well, we'll get that one hooked back up. Let's see. Well, I guess maybe they're designed that way, and I just wasn't using them right. But you can see on both sides, you've got 110 outlets, you've got USB ports, and 12 volt right there. A couple of more right here with reading lights for both sides of the bed. This, like I say, kind of fills in right here. This one here actually is the one you'd use. It's got a bit more of a solid base to it. And if you want to, it's got a couple of cup holders here. You could use this at night. Maybe, put your computer there, or maybe you're playing a game of Scrabble or checkers. You've got a hard tabletop service, and then that's what would go here to fill in the bed. Again, you've got the same storage on this side. That access port right down there actually is your water pump. So when it's time to winterize it, it's very easy to get to. And again, this pulls up like the other side, gives you access to another shirt closet, everything down below here. Another thing, I don't know, maybe you can get a shot up here. There is a 110 outlet and a cable input. This has got a backer board, so you can mount a TV right here very easily. Okay, as we back out, you can see our controls for our Truma AquaGo. And again, this is going to control our coach heat, our fan, our diagnostics, and our water heater. You've got a couple of different settings. You can use it on electric, you can use it on gas, or you can use them both together. This is our fan mode for our air conditioner. Like I say, it's running off the battery right now. A couple of light switches. And then that brings us up to the bathroom, which is one of the really unique, well-designed bathrooms. This isn't a big coach. It's only 22 feet long. So you can see there the toilet, which will turn 90 degrees when you get in there. You've got your sink. And when it's time to take a shower, you pull that wall, and that kind of blocks off the toilet. Pull your shower curtain around, and you've got a pretty good sized shower in there. Let me step in here and show you what I'm talking about. So I'm about 5'8". If you're 6 foot, you can fit in here, but plenty of elbow room. And with that 50-gallon water tank and the on-demand water heater, the Truma water heater, a couple people can take showers back to back without running out of hot water. Beside the bathroom, we do get a little bit of a pantry area. Those are adjustable shelves. And then here we've got a couple of passenger seats. These do have the 3-point seat belt, so if you've got kids that need to be in car seats, you've got a place for it here. And then also this table does collapse quite easily. Gets out of the way. And as these both seats spin around, you could see how it's very easy to get 3 or 4 people here playing cards, eating dinner, whatever. Another nice little table you have is right here. This kind of slides out of a groove. And then clamps on right here. Let me tighten this down a little. There we go. You can see I've got this passenger seat spun around. They do give you the little risers because of the difference in the height there. But you've got a place for the driver and passenger to have a table. Possibly you're preparing a meal and you want some extra counter space. You can put it right here, even raise it up to this level and give yourself some extra counter space. Then when it's time to travel or put it away, very easy. There's a little groove here that slides down in. Where was that? I think I've got this upside down. Nope, I had it right the first time. So well, I'm just going to leave it right down there. It slides into this groove, but I've got to lower that bar a little bit. Let's talk about up here in the entertainment area. So over the driver's seat, this is another option to get the TV and the sound bar. So we opted it in on this one. You don't have to have it. It is a nice feature to have, and like I say, you could put one back in the bedroom also. It's kind of pre-wired to mount another TV. Up here we've got a very heavy insulated blanket, more or less, that snaps across here. And this is quilted. This really does have an R value to it. When I was saying this is a true 4-season coach, if you cover off your cab area, direct all the heat with your adjustable heat ports inside, you can keep it in here very comfortably at 65 to 70 degrees, even with sub-freezing and down to single-digit or 0-degree temperatures. So if you're the type of person that likes to go to a ski resort and spend the night there, you can be very comfortable in here. It's got the all-wheel drive, so great for driving around in winter conditions. That kind of tucks away up here. Then you do have another little storage area. You can see back there it's got the plug-in for your TV. It does come with a Blu-ray player. That green light is for our digital antenna or over-air antenna. And then let's take a quick look at the dash. Now these new 2025 models, they put a bigger monitor on there, which is very nice. I'm going to go ahead and start this up. You can hear the steps just came in, and that awning is coming in automatically when I started this up. So let's give it a minute here for our screen to boost up. We do have our dash air on. I'm going to turn that fan down. So when you want to Bluetooth your phone in right here, go to our home screen. One nice thing about this, we've got our settings. And, you know, what do you want to do? Get into your radio, Bluetooth in your phone, clock, your vehicle settings. Everything is right here. We do have just our language, our temperature input, so forth. The reason it's beeping is because I've got this seat around. It's telling me, you know, I can't drive off. One of the things I did want to show you is your drive modes right here. So let me see. I believe if I shut that off, my screen will stay on. So I've got a normal mode, an eco, slippery, tow haul mode, mud and ruts. It adjusts that all-wheel drive to the conditions. So it's kind of nice to have this feature. Most of the time you're probably just going to be in normal, but you also have the manual transmission. So maybe you're coming downhill and you want to downshift a couple of gears to keep it, you know, from having to use your brakes as much. Or if you're towing uphill and it keeps going from, you know, your overdrive or shifting down a gear, you can manually downshift and upshift. There's a button right here on the side for doing that. Let me see. Go ahead and get that back up. Just to show you a couple of more features here. You've got all of your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, your mobile apps right here. You can actually, if you want your navigation screen to be bigger, hit that little arrow and it reverses the screen. So it gives you a larger map there, and then your radio off on the side. We are set up with, let me see, our radio has the Sirius input. Let me get back to our radio so we can go to our sources. You see we have the Sirius XM. You can Bluetooth in your own audio, AM, FM, all right there. So when you pair a device, very simple to do. Again, they've got the large screen now. This used to be in the dash and it was a smaller, like a 6 or 7 inch screen. So great improvement there. A lot of those features you can scroll through right here. On this side, you've got your cruise control. You set it right here. Everything designed to keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes forward, so you're not looking around for your controls down below. So once again, this is a brand new 2025 Winnebago EKKO, and this is the 22A floor plan, the original floor plan on that Ford Transit chassis. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Once again, my name's Mark Love. You can email me at mlove@transwest.com or call or text at 970-631-0083. Like always, my friends, drive careful, happy trails, get out and enjoy the summer. We're coming up on Labor Day, and we will see you next week.